XRP to $589 is what the Simpsons have now predicted. In today's video, we're going to talk about the overall cryptocurrency market, what this $589 price target for XRP actually means, with Brad Garlinghouse showing some signs on even his Twitter account with this 589 number that's been pretty substantial for the entire XRP army and community. And of course, we'll touch base about market conditions, what to expect going into Friday, which is going to be the telltale sign, if you will, for the cryptocurrency market over the next few weeks going into September 2025 and then Q4 of this year. Now, remember, as always, never financial advice, just trying to put you guys on to plays that I'm in. If you're new around here, smash the like button to get this video out to more people, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in. First and foremost, market's down. I'm never worried about a red market, especially when it's overall a bull market, because again, as high as we go up, we need to have these pullbacks to allow new investors to enter into the market as we continue the trek into new all-time highs. So right now we're seeing everything pretty much in the red amongst the top 100 cryptocurrencies in the market. And with that being said, even XRP, our favorite pick for this bull market, at $3.01 is down substantially, about 3.4% on the day, down about 5.69% on the week, 12.7% on the month. But remember, when in doubt, always zoom out and remember how far we've actually come with XRP and Ripple Labs. So let's go ahead and highlight some things that we need to mention about the crypto market before diving into this $589 number. Bitcoin sinks to 115K after hitting its newest record of $124,000 last week as macro concerns spark liquidation wave. Bitcoin fell to 115K after touching a new all-time high last week, its fourth one this year, near $125,000. It was 124.7, I believe. Investors' profit-taking triggered more than $570 million in liquidations over the past 24 hours, and macro concerns are expected to steal focus from institutional adoption narrative this month and through September Fed meeting, which is going to be the tell-all, be-all, as I mentioned. But this Friday, Jerome Powell is going to come out and speak and talk about what to expect from a macro perspective. Now, $500 million in long positions forced to sell. The price of Bitcoin was last lower by 1% at 116K after touching a new all-time high this week. In the past 24 hours, 133,643 traders total $576.35 million, according to CoinGlass. This is what has been liquidated and sold off the markets. This happens when traders are forced to sell their assets at a market price to settle their debts, pushing prices even lower. So when the market was all long, unfortunately, that's when these mini black swans occur, or unfavorable events that cause the market to sell off. They go in and talk about everything else in terms of the macro trends and what to kind of expect. And I can give you guys kind of the high points here. And that is, investors are keeping an eye on the Fed Annual Economic Symposium in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, for clues around what will happen at the central bank's remaining policies for this year. We have big banks like JP Morgan Chase, like Goldman Sachs, these big investment banks and institutions that are betting on 3 to 4 rate cuts before year end, meaning starting in September, then going into October, November, and even December, maybe having federal funds rate decrease 0.5 basis or half a basis point to a full basis point every month to right around 3% by year end. Last week's test of Bitcoin and ETH higher surprise traders who expected an August pullback for cryptocurrencies, expecting macro concerns to steal focus from recent momentum around crypto institutional adoption and corporate adoption, with these big treasuries that are doubling down and buying more and more until September Fed meeting. So right now, that's kind of where we're sitting at in terms of what the market is looking for is reasons to actually go back up. And the biggest catalyst that can lead us to a brand new all-time high for XRP in the entire crypto market is Jerome Powell coming out on Friday and coming out with dovish remarks. Not saying that, it looks like since PPI went up last week when the read came out that caused the markets to tumble. Well, that means now we're not even talking about rate cuts anymore. Now we start having the discussion of not pausing rates continuously, but instead increasing rates. If the word increase rates comes out of that man's mouth on Friday, the markets will unfortunately suffer a little bit more before it gets better. So with that being said, that's what you need to look for, especially if you're a short-term trader and not looking to hold on a multi-year perspective. That is kind of the case right now for XRP. But for me, this is, again, nothing but a dollar cost average opportunity to buy more and more of your favorite crypto assets. Remember, this is a buy the dip opportunity. Generational entries are not going to be very much available very soon for people that are looking to make 10, 20, 30, 50, 100x multipliers. But let's go ahead and talk about this $589 XRP target and what institutions are also mentioning. All right, so the Simpsons predicted XRP to hit 589. Has this show got it right again? Because we know they predicted things like Donald Trump becoming president and big viruses that end up causing world shutdown, all these different things. And the Simpsons cartoon sitcom has become known for its sometimes accurate predictions, whether it was through Donald Trump's presidency, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, or Olympic results. Bullish XRP traders are now hoping that another one of its apparent forecasts could come true. A widely circulated chalkboard gag attributed to the series but not featured in any official episode seemingly predicted that XRP cryptocurrency would surpass 589 by EOY or end of year. And this is Bart Simpson on the chalkboard as a meme that ended up becoming pretty mainstream for the XRP army. With Trump back in the White House, there's been a breakout of XRP and some very optimistic traders hoping it could hit this level before even year end. A viral image from Frankcoin, an episode of The Simpsons that aired in February 2020, appears to make a bullish prediction of Ripple cryptocurrency, or XRP. This intro shot shows Bart writing on the chalkboard saying XRP to hit 589 plus by EOY or end of year. However, this has been debunked as a clever fabrication, as the prediction never actually appeared in any episode of the series. The end of year prediction didn't come to fruition as XRP closed right around 21 cents by 31st of December 2020, but XRP's price increased in the months following in 2024 with the US presidential election. And as of January 2025, XRP was at $3.14, and now we're sitting right around $3 even. So the big thing is the XRP army didn't look at this as something that is overlooked. They saw it as, regardless of meme or not, they embraced it. And you have people like Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Look at how many people he's following over on Twitter. Why? Why the number 589? Look back a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. He's always had the exact same follower count. He doesn't follow new people, but he keeps that number stable within his profile, meaning he embraces this value or this valuation potentially, and he's embracing the fact that the XRP army is going for this price prediction, and he's someone hopeful about it, but he can't be vocal because, again, he's the founder, he's the CEO. You can't have those kind of things on your typical timeline, but he does it in ways that are subtle. So with that being said, embrace what it is that the market is offering right now. Everything in the dip during a bull market is an opportunity. I'm going to continue to say that time and time again. If you're able to double down, try to take advantage of the fact that the markets are correcting. And if they enter into any kind of significant territory, then we can decide what to do next. So I appreciate you guys' support as always. That's all I had for you today. And until next time, as always, everybody, keep investing. Peace.